It's gonna sound like I'm going out on a limb, but it needs to be said. Over the span of 2 short seasons, Atlanta has become one of the greatest television shows of all time. Granted, while such a bold statement can only be purely objective, allow me to explain. Operating in the same vein of daring shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm and Master of None, Donald Glover's dark comedy excels by foregoing conventional narratives for deeper tales on a modern Black American experience. On the surface, Atlanta may seem pretty basic. You might think that it's a show about a group of friends trying to make it into hip-hop. In all actuality, it's a collection of abstract portraits that demonstrate just how difficult it is for some people to survive their own surroundings, in this case, the lush yet temperamental city of Atlanta. These portraits are both well executed and thought-provoking, primarily because the FX series is allowed to use elements from horror, drama, comedy, and other genres in order to paint a world that isn't limited by the typical Black stereotypes. Backed by an all-Black writing staff and a stable of talented young directors, Atlanta pushes the envelope further by choosing not to pander to its audience. Nothing from the story to casting are predictable, which adds to its unique charm. In the aptly titled Black Justin Bieber, viewers are challenged to re-examine their own societal definitions by considering one simple question: what if Justin Bieber was Black? Well, in Atlanta, he is.
You look like you're ready for the game.
I'm gonna dunk on him if...
This episode highlights social inequality by shifting the viewer's reality in one very distinct way. A reality where a troubled pop star is forgiven countless times because of white privilege. Atlanta's unorthodox storytelling doesn't just aim for Donald Glover fans, Childish Gambino fans, Black viewers, or even a coveted key demographic. It aims for the creative intellectual in all of us. Atlanta is what Jordan Peele's Get Out would look like if it were on television. Provocative themes like cultural appropriation and interracial relationships are handled with a subtle and often surreal touch. Rather than a bunch of gut-busting laughs, several key moments involve quiet reflection and bizarre irony. It also features a cast with enough talent to shine on the big and small screen. Donald Glover stars as Ern, a down-on-his-luck Princeton dropout who's suddenly thrown a lifeline when he gets to manage his talented cousin, Alfred Paper Boi Miles. Filling in the rest of the cast is Darius Epps, Paper Boi's oddball roommate, and Vanessa Kiefer, the beautiful and insightful mother of Ern's child. The city of Atlanta stars as the closest thing to an antagonist, with its poverty, crime, arrogant celebrities, strip clubs, and yes, even ghosts. Even as one of Hollywood's fastest rising stars, Glover chooses to step back for good chunks of each season in order to allow other characters to grow. His supporting cast fully embraces the journey with performances that are both powerful and natural. The talent on both sides of the camera is what makes it possible to understand characters like Paper Boi on a much deeper level, not just as a rapper, but as someone who's paranoid of the hood he's trying to escape and the white girls that cover his music on YouTube. Speaking of Al, who could forget his standout performance in the season 2 episode Woods? A couple of years after the passing of his own mother, the brilliant Brian Tyree Henry embodies a lost soul as Paper Boi experiences one of television's greatest examples of self-reflection on the anniversary of his mother's death. Over a day-long walk around Atlanta, the rapper encounters challenges that range from introspective to traumatic, which ultimately help him find some much-needed clarity. Mind you, not everything in Atlanta is so serious, as it is still a comedy. In addition to gems from Clark County, the proud commercial sellout, and musical rival to Paper Boi, you also have the amazingly hood-fabulous barber known as Bibby, who does all of his damage in one unforgettable episode in season 2. The randomness of it all speaks to the strength of Atlanta's fictional world, where each episode comes across like a short but graphic peek into a slightly alternate universe that stands free from fan or FX-related influence. While it is weird and a bit scattered, Atlanta works because it succeeds in pulling growth, humor, and perspective from everyday people and struggles. It finds a way to be something that we can relate to and learn from. When it comes to television, what else can we ask for?